Alexander Usyk is the greatest motherfucker to ever even look at a pair of boxing gloves. And the old school fighters can't even hold this nigga jock strap. That's something I'd say if I was down low for Usyk, okay? Thankfully, I like bitches, okay? It's your boy. Yo stepmama's favorite sports journalist. True View Sports News very own. Y'all saw that title and thumbnail. I'm going to leave it up there because y'all need to look at it. I spent some time on it. Is Usyk unstoppable or the Glaze unnecessary? Like I was saying, take a good look at these three individuals to the right. I know Usyk looking like the hitman, the killer that we know he is. But a lot of people in the IG comment sections that have room temperature IQ, they're calling Usyk the GOAT. Is not even close. We have to be patient with the slow ones, okay? They're saying, let me throw it back up there. They're saying these fighters to the right have no shot in hell. They have a better chance of catching lightning in a fucking shot glass than beating Usyk. If you're one of those idiots, go ahead, click out this channel. You ain't gonna last too long. It's too much facts and truth for you here. But if you think that these fighters have a chance or they could best Usyk in a trilogy, or that it will be a good challenge, or maybe you think that they beat Usyk over the head with a baseball bat. If you think that's likely, go ahead, lock in. Leave a like, comment, and a subscription. Because True Reviews the GOAT, all we do is give true reviews, and I'm going to talk about Usyk going on. But before we do that, you know we got to go to these greatest slides of all time. Let's get back to business. Let's get the true review of Usyk. Oh, gosh. Let's get the true review of Usyk out the way, goddammit. He's 24-0, RP Kobe. 15 KOs, two-time undisputed. He started his career at cruiserweight. Also very, very established and accomplished that his amateur career in the Olympics. He comes from that Ukrainian background, great footwork, great skills, same camp as Loma. So you know my man has been fighting for days. He has hundreds of wins in the amateurs and cooked at the cruiserweight, becoming undisputed. His best skills is his IQ with stupid footwork, like I mentioned before. I love how strong his combinations are. You watch some Usyk highlights in slow motion and his poetry in motion. He's a pure boxer, kind of like I gave the same title to Terrence Crawford. He's like that, don't get me wrong. I know y'all think I was about to just shit on his whole parade. Usyk is cold. He's one of the modern boxing GOATs, for sure. But we're going to talk about where he's at all time. Let's look at these fights more importantly, and I'm going to touch on them more later in the video. Y'all tell me if y'all know fighter number 1. Nope. 2, nada. 3, no chance. 4, fuck no. 5, you're drunk. 6, you're unfamiliar. 7, you're drunk. You might know him, but you might be a little bit lucky. And I'm talking from the regular boxing. You watch boxing every now and then. You don't know these guys. Derek Chisora, that should ring a bell. He's up there. And then you beat these 3 fellows twice. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, Tyson Fury. He shut them all down. Beat Anthony Joshua so bad he went silly. He started just yapping on the mic. He couldn't accept the L because he got beat to hell. He just wasn't finna go out that way. Usyk cooked them both fights. Go ahead and watch it. But Anthony Joshua hinted at something that I'm going to make a point on later. He said, hey, I started boxing in the late ends. You know I'm a model. You know I'm a football player, rugby boy. Whatever the fuck Anthony was doing before this. Usyk been boxing since he popped out his mother's womb. Since he came out his mother's legs, he been boxing. He been throwing combinations when he came out the hospital. He wasn't his equal, is what I'm hinting at. For Daniel Dubois, he beat him twice. Daniel Dubois looked like he dropped him with the body shot. Looked like he punched his lunch up. But the ref said it was below the belt. We're going to go with that. But you never know. Depending on the ref, the times, if he was against somebody else, you never know if that was deemed a drop down, if he dropped him. But we do know that Usyk came back and finished him twice, so it don't matter. And then he fought Tyson Fury. That's a good win because people were saying Tyson Fury was too big. And a couple months before he fought Usyk, you got to remember, fans were saying Usyk, they were saying Fury is the greatest fighting man to ever grace the earth. He's just built for boxing, born for it. And Usyk had him cranking the Soldier Boy in the corner. He was laughing, hee and ha-ha, and nothing was funny. Usyk was dribbling your cranium. So I got to give his overall career 9.2 out of 10. He's done what he's supposed to do every fight. He found the answer. He's playing chess in the ring. Everyone's playing drunk Uno. He's just different levels of boxing. He's crazy. Now, do those skills and accomplishments make him an all-time GOAT at heavyweight? Hell nah. You drunk. Y'all instantly throwing him top 5. I'm saying top 10 is questionable for all-time heavyweight specifically. How you top 10? You ain't even got 10 fights, nigga. Y'all see the point? 6 total fights at heavyweight is not finna cut it. And if you think it does, let me ask you a question. Where you rank AJ and Daniel Dubois? I'ma wait. Y'all drop in the comment right now where y'all got Anthony Joshua, who got spent by the Elotes, man. Andy Ruiz done beat this man after a 6-pack of Coronas and a couple of fucking enchiladas. Y'all are gonna probably cancel me in the comment section, being sensitive, so let me change that. Anthony Joshua got his ass dealt with a heavyweight GOAT, one of my favorites. Upset win. I seen it coming from a mile away because Andy Ruiz was like that. But Usyk beat him after that, man. So where do you have Anthony Joshua all time? He's just watching Lennox Lewis. Anthony Joshua was beating Holyfield. Anthony Joshua was putting Mike Tyson to sleep. Huh? You're drunk. What about Daniel Dubois? Y'all calling him a quitter the way he left the fight. He's been beaten before. Okay? Is Daniel Dubois, he beating Joe Louis, Evander Holyfield, David Tua, James Toney even at heavyweight? I do not think so. Whatever's in your cup, let me get a sip of that if you think otherwise. And Tyson Fury, he fought more so with Tyson Tummy. He went the distance with Tyson Fury after Tyson lost some tread on his tires after going to wars with Deontay Wilder. But more importantly, you went to a decision with Francis Ngannou? The UFC, man? You let them walk in the ring and disrespect the sport like that? I can't even hate. UFC took a W. Francis Ngannou went in there and put belt to Tyson Fury. How'd you do in burpees, up downs? Crazy. His first fucking pro boxing fight in his entire life. He went the distance. But this is the guy that was supposed to wash Muhammad Ali easy. Y'all are so disrespectful to boxing because y'all didn't watch it back then. I'm not that old. I'm Unk status, but I'm not that old to see Ali in them. But I rewatched it and I looked at their careers and resume and they're built like that. They would have not gone the distance with Francis Ngannou. Motherfucker, are you crazy? So has Usyk beating these 3 guys to heavyweight make him the greatest heavyweight of all time? Stop playing around with the sport. You don't know what you're watching. Stick to motherfucking Pee-wee football is what you need to be watching if that's what you think. His competition just wasn't there. He doesn't have no Ali upset the Foreman. He don't have the Iron Mike dominance knocking out 13 niggas in 1 calendar year. He's not like Foreman, retire for a long year, start preaching to the city, come back and win a belt. He's not as dominant like that. He hasn't had no moments like that. And I gave these other honorable mentions of people that I'd also think I'm putting over Usyk at heavyweight all time. So I think I'm being fair. He's close, and I'm going to tell you how he gets there. But he's not there right now. This is how Usyk becomes the GOAT. These are the opponents that need that belt. Joseph Parker is about to fight Fabio Wardley, and you could argue Parker has a better resume at heavyweight specifically than Usyk. If he gets through Wardley and then he's like, I want that Usyk challenge, we got to give it to him. He's like that. That would lift Usyk's legacy up even higher. If he stays long enough and he gives a young buck the shot, he fights a Moses Atama. Imagine how beautiful that would be. That would be a chess match. That would be blockbuster. If Moses is able to pull it off or Usyk passes the torch. If he loses, who gives a fuck at that point? He was cold for taking the matchup. But Moses Atama versus Usyk, and Usyk would be pushing 40 at that point. People would have to respect it. You'd be like, damn near, he's the GOAT. Especially if he's knocking these niggas out. And lastly, he can also fight Agit Kabayel. Agit Kabayel, drop your manager. If you're in the car with him, kick him out right now. Tell him to get an Uber X. Go ahead, bang my line. You need to be way more famous than what you are. People need to see the skills that you have. If you haven't seen this man fight, please do. He's talented from the feet up. He's just a pure boxer too on the come up. Him versus Usyk would do numbers. He's a couple of fights away from people saying he has to get that championship shot. He's already ranked top 5, I believe, in the division. So I'd love to see that matchup. I'd also love to see you back here on another video, man. I'm going to keep posting a little bit frequently. I'm going to do my football videos here shortly. So this was just for my boxing fans. You already know what to do. Tell your loved ones you love them. Maybe go plant a tree, help the earth. And most importantly, stay true. All right. I love you. I'm out.